As a matter of principle, I'm not against change.
Okay.
But let me tell you this one. There's a lot of misconception. There is no Olubadan declaration of 1957. There is nothing like that. The Olubadan declaration that we are talking about was made in 1959. The first one was made in 1946. It was amended in 1950, and now this one was also made in 1959, which also revoked all the past ones.
Now, what is chief laws of 1957?
Chief laws of 1957 was a Western region law. It was not meant for Ibadan. It was meant for the whole of Western region, which included at that time present Edo and the Delta State, the present Lagos State, present Ogun State, present Ondo State, present Ekiti State, and it had been amended many times. And that was a state government or a regional government initiative, which later on became a state government initiative. In the year 2000, it was meant to become Oyo State Chief's Law. So that was the last one that my brother Lamadishina did. So nobody is against amending the Chief's Law for Oyo State. Nobody is even against amending the declaration. But what I'm saying is that the issue of declaration has nothing to do with the state government. The only role the state government has to do in it is to register the declaration. 1946 one was made by Ibadan Native Authority. 1950 was made by the Ibadan Native Authority. 1959 one was made by Ibadan District Council, which comprised the whole of the 11 local governments today. And well, I am proud to say that my father was a councillor then in Ibadan District Council. So, and it was made by the Chieftaincy Committee of Ibadan District Council, headed by the then Olubadan of Ibadan land, Oba I.B. Akinola. So that is what we are saying. We are saying it is an Ibadan affair. It's not an Oyo State affair, and therefore, if it's going to be amended, it should be done by the Ibadan people.
But I thought that chieftaincy matters is under the government.
No.
So why do we have local government or chieftaincy affairs?
No, that is a coordinating body. Chieftaincy matters is a local issue. So you cannot say, I mean, you need somebody to coordinate the issues of chieftaincy or whatever you want to call it. And that was why the Western Nigeria Chiefs Law of 1957 was promulgated. And what did it actually say about declarations? It said that declarations must be registered with the government. It didn't say that government will will write the declaration for you. It says declarations should be made by the people and registered with government. It's just as if I buy land from you. The agreement to buy land is between me and you. But government said that it has to be registered. So I go and register it. The government cannot make the agreement for me. So it is the people of Ibadan that should normally amend their constitution, their own declaration, along with what we think is right.
I was wondering if government is not just mediating this matter. He set up a panel.
No, it's not a mediation. There's nothing to mediate. In fact, it was a wrong notion, and I believe that maybe the government is being misled, because what judicial panel? What are you investigating? A judicial panel is supposed to be investigating something. There's nothing to investigate in this issue. All they said in their term of reference is they said they are going to look at the chieftaincy declaration of Olubadan of Ibadan land and related matters. So that is the issue. I mean, I have the terms of reference here. I mean, and it is captioned Constitution of 7-man Judicial Commission of Inquiry on the review of the Olubadan of Ibadan chieftaincy declaration and other related chieftaincies in Ibadan. in Ibadan land. So, and that is where the problem is. It is not government that should. Are they going to do the same thing for Oyo? Are they going to do the same thing for Igbeti?
Don't they have the powers?
No, they don't. You see, and in fact, if they are going to do it, how many towns do you think we have in Oyo State? Maybe you are talking of about maybe 1,000 or 2,000 police declarations. When do they have time to do that one? The job of the government is just to register the declaration. And again, when you are even talking about that one, it is when there are complaints, particularly when you have a ruling house that says, "I've been excluded." That is when they can now say, "Look, these people have complained that they have been excluded."
Don't we have that in the matter right
now?
We
don't have any complaint. What is the complaint? There's no complaint.
How about the ruling house that went to court?
Which ruling house went to court?
You know, Chief.
Which one? Are you talking of the Syracuse? They are not. It's not a ruling house.
You just said it.
No, it's not a ruling house.
It's not.
It's
valid.
a line. It's not valid.
But
it's not a declaration.
But it's in court now.
It has been in court since when? Since when has it been in court?
So isn't that a good ground?
No, it's not a good ground. What we are saying is that then they should leave it in court and let the court decide. Now, it has been in court for more than 10 years.
Now, let me begin to interrogate some of these issues. First is that when this thing started, you went to court.
Yes, I'm still in court.
Good. Now, I will discuss the matter of the court case a bit more when I come back from this break.
No problem.
Stay with us. 5.5 FM, the integrity station. I still have the Oluwaseun Akinola land with me in the studio. High Chief Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. And we're talking about the issue of the chieftaincy matters in Oyo State in Ibadan. And my guest said there is no 1957 declaration.
Oluwaseun of Ibadan.
And he's saying that if this thing has to be done, it has to be done by Ibadan people.
Yes.
What grounds do you have with the members of that committee, that judicial commission?
You see, when you look at the composition of the judicial commission, there are 8 people. Only 2 of them are Ibadan people. You have 1 person from Igora. You have 1 person from Igbeti, 1 person from Oyo, 1 person from Isheyin, 1 person from Ogbomoso, and 1 person from Okewo. What have they got to do with Ibadan issue?
For transparency.
No, they don't. No, it's not an inquiry. We are looking at our declaration. We've made our declaration. They don't even understand our system. For example, let me give you an example. Igora, for example, they have 5 Obas there. Every clan there, as they arrived there, made themselves into Oba. But the people who started Ibadan, in their own wisdom, said, no, we are not going to do that one. Of course, when everybody comes, they go to one area to stay. But they now say, look, we are going to run Ibadan jointly. We are going to have only 1 Oba. And all of them do it in rotation. So that is their own method. So somebody who has got 5 quarters in his town, Igora, and they have 5 Obas, how can they understand our own system here? We have how many quarters can you say you have in Ibadan now? Maybe 1,000. Are we going to have 1,000 Obas?
It's Chief Ladoja and this.
No. I have nothing to do with a threat. You see, when you see an injustice being done and you keep quiet, then you are guilty also. So if something is done, and I'm saying that the government has no right to do it for us. And mind you, this is not the first time an effort has been made by Ibadan people.
Tell me about it.
Yes. Chief Oluwaseun Akinola wrote a book about this issue. Yes. About the book. Luckily, it was launched by my brother here. And after launching it, they now constituted a committee headed by Chief Daisy. And the committee have very many important and eminent Ibadan people there. And they did very beautiful work. Very beautiful work. And they made a report. They made the report. They made I mean, in fact, there are two reports. There's a majority report and there's a minority report. The report was titled Ibadan Chieftaincy System Review Committee. There's nothing bad in the Ibadan people setting up a review committee of their own system. So after doing the review, now they now sent it to the then Oluwaseun of Ibadan land, Obadugade. Obadugade looked at it, and I'm lucky that I was there also when I was looking at it. He said, "What are they recommending?" He said, "They are saying that younger people should become Magaji." He said, "Of course, that is already happening. It's already self-reforming." Because when I became a Magaji, my father was still alive. Before, it is the oldest person in the family that was Magaji. But now, it's young people that are now being made Magaji.
So the system is reforming itself?
It's reforming itself. So when Kabir look at it, the son of Akinola, SCN, a retired lawyer, who is under 25, is a Magaji now. So whereas they say in the report they say that the Magaji should not be more than 35 years old. So a 25-year-old is already a Magaji. So what do you want to review again there? They say that the person must be educated, must have at least school cert. I am proud to tell you that apart from the Oluwaseun, all of us in the Oluwaseun Council are graduates. So if you are graduates today, so anybody that's coming from after us, do you think that we will not be a graduate? So which means that it's already self-reforming. Another thing they said there was that they wanted to shorten the line, maybe so that people who become Oluwaseun will be younger. But it doesn't work that way. They are recommending that the line should be shortened to maybe 12 instead of 22. So they said, the cabinet said, look, whether it is 22 or not, whoever God ordained will be Magaji, will be Oluwaseun, will be Oluwaseun. That's why they want to take away the hand of God from this issue. That whether they are, as long as you have 3-4 people lining up, it's not possible for you to have all of them being young. Because even if the one that gets there, even if you start today, and you say, okay, go and pack away everybody. Now, the person that's going to be Oluwaseun will be 40 now. Are you telling me that the person that is following him will remain 40? If let's say he spends 50 years on the throne, is it going to be? Is it going to be 40 when it becomes Oluwaseun? It will become 90. So that doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't solve the problem of it. Then they recommended also that the Oluwaseun should retire at 85. So,
and then you are against that as well?
Of course, go back on Olije. That is the position that's the position of Oba everywhere in the world. I mean, the Queen of England just celebrated her 93rd birthday or so. Nobody has abdicated. She has not abdicated because Prince Charles was there. And what about the Shon of Ogumosho? What about the life for you? So when you are young, when you become, but when you are they going to pack you off when you are old, when you might have acquired a lot of wisdom? No, it's wrong to do that.
Let me take you to before you go to we are going to discuss the book. I already told my listeners that we are going to discuss this book.
Yes,
I have issues from this book that I want to.
No, the issue in this book has been debated by these eminent people. Maybe if you get hold of this, a copy of this one, which is not public. I mean, it's actually given to the Oluwaseun. The Oluwaseun was kind enough to allow us to discuss it in the council. So so after that one, there was no other thing that is important. That the Oluwaseun said the thing is already self-reforming. So why do I need to waste my time on this issue? So he said they should go on the packet.
Your Excellency, you went to court.
Yes.
With another chief.
Yes.
The story had it that there were about 6 or 7 chiefs.
There are 7 of us who start.
With you.
Yes.
When you started.
Yes.
And then you were 2 standing at the point.
Yes.
And then now only you standing.
Yes.
Why are you alone? Are you not listening to the voice of reason? Maybe these people are reasoning.
It's not a voice of reason. You see, I told you that if you keep quiet for one reason or the other, reasons best known to you, if you keep quiet, when an injustice is being done to somebody else, when it comes to you, nobody will stand for you also. So that is the situation. I mean, I saw that it is not the right of government to do it. So I mean, whether I am whether I am convinced or not, you see, people are making some mistake. They think it is a fight between Ladoja and Ajimabi. It's not. It's not at all a fight between Ladoja and Ajimabi. It's not a fight between Ladoja and governor neither. It's a fight between Ladoja and government. Because governors come, go. I mean, if you go to the government house now, you see the pictures of the governors, right from the Sergeant Rankin, Awolowo, Akinola, who have been there. So, a governor will come and the governor will go. Today, maybe Ibadan people are lucky to have an Ibadan boy or Ibadan man as the Olubadan. Tomorrow, it can be somebody else. It's not a right of Ibadan people only to become Olubadan, to become the governor. So anybody from your state can become the governor. So, but is he going to continue dabbling into the issue of Ibadan land? So that is what we are seeing. They have other things which they are not even dabbling into, and we have nothing to learn from those people, because the government itself just said that they just settled 34-year crisis in Ado-Awaye, on who was to become the Oba. There is no Oba today in Shaki because of the district. In many places, apart from Igbo that has got 5 Obas, Igbo has got 4 in one town that is not bigger than Mania. So they cannot understand our system. The problem is that why should Ibadan, as big as it is, have one Oba? That is our system.
No, but that's a question that people have been asking as well. Now, what is also wrong in having more bearded crown kings?
Did you start it?
What is wrong in
No,
it?
did you start it?
No, but what is wrong?
No, wait a minute, did you start it?
I'm asking.
No,
what
did
is
we
wrong?
start it? Did we start it? Why don't we have many kings in England?
We didn't start.
Why don't they have many kings in England?
We didn't start riding cars.
We are talking of Ibadan land. We are not talking of something. I mean, and you see, you are making mistakes. The middle kings they are talking about, of course, Kabiyesi Oluwase, the Ooni of Ife, crowned some of his chiefs. He gave them crowns, but it is the prerogative of the Oba to do whatever he likes with his subjects.
So what if the Olubadan is in line with this?
If the Olubadan decide that that is what he wants, it's not what I'm saying is that it is not government that will decide that one for us. It's not your state government that will decide that one for us, because the law is not the law of your state. It is the declaration of Ibadan land.
So that's your grouse.
Yes, that it is not your job.
I'm wondering that you said some other governors have tried to work on this particular law.
Yes, on the law, not on the chief's law of 1957.
Not the declaration.
Not on the declaration.
Well, you said there was an Adio commission.
I told you, you see, the problem that is there is that governors are very, very busy. I was a governor before, so, and I know obviously I used to be. Governors are very, very busy, so they cannot go to the nitty-gritty of things. I didn't set up any Adio commission. It was my brother Lam that set it off.
The Adio commission?
Yes. It was not me.
Did you see the document?
I saw the document, but
it was, Did you implement the report?
I saw the document, but it was not useful to me. So I didn't implement it.
Well, it was
so and no, that is not true. That's not true. Let them show me where I implemented it. I saw the report, and the report was mainly about a relationship between one Oba and the other, particularly as it concerns the House of Chiefs. And it's not only that, it's not only from that time, it's a question of who is going to be a member of House of Chiefs, who is going to be the president of the House of Chiefs. So that is mainly what has been done there. And if you look at it, the area that has been amended so often was this one is going to be rotational presidency, particularly during the time we were one with your son. The Ooni of Ife was the chairman. The Olubadan of Ibadan land, the Alaafin of Oyo, Show, and I think the Honorable of Ireland went to court to challenge why should it be the prerogative of the ONI to be the permanent chairman. So they wanted rotational chairmanship. So that is the chief's law that was being attacked. It was not, nobody has ever thought about a declaration because there was no need for it. There's the hand of God in the Ibadan chieftaincy.
I just asked you whether if the Olubadan would like to have more village kings, would you support it?
Leave that down to us. That's an internal affair of Olubadan.
Why haven't you looked into it? People are already talking about it now. It's in the public.
It's us. Which public? No, which public? Are you one of them?
The Ibadan people.
Are you one of them? No. You see, the first time it came up really was during the regime of my brother Akala, when he wanted to give some balance crowns, and the case went to court. The case is still in court. The case is still in court. Obadugade took the case to court. It's still in court because they said our contention is that it is not the responsibility of the state government to dash out crowns. If we are going to crown anybody, it is we, but the people who are going to determine this is the way we want our things to be done. So that's what we are saying. Nobody is saying that it was done in Ijebu land. Kabiyesi Awujale crowned many of the small obas. But it doesn't make anything. It is the people, it is the king, or it is the Oba that decided it. So it is not the government of Osun State that did that of Ife. It's not the government of Ogun State that did that of Ijebu. So why should government come and interfere in our own affairs here? Is it because we are the capital? If they die, let them take the capital out of Ibadan, then they should leave us in peace.
You were once a governor.
Yes.
And so you are saying we should take the capital off?
If they so want, if they can provide the infrastructure that Ibadan is.
Are you against the government?
No, I'm not against the government. I told you, on this issue, it's not their responsibility. If they are not in Ibadan, maybe they will not even double into it.
The program is The Conversation right here on Splash 105.5 FM. You can watch the proceedings live on the Instagram and also on Facebook, on Splash FM Instagram page and Splash FM fan page on Facebook. Already asked him, someone said, let's hear the view of the High Chief Ladoja on the possibility of having more monarchs in Ibadan.
No, that is it. I mean, you see, I say if that is going to be the case, we are going to determine that.
Before I leave the chieftaincy matters,
yes,
one portion of the book that I marked while reading,
yes,
was about promotional criteria.
Yes.
And it says the system generally abhors suppression except in exceptional cases. However, it is essential to monitor the public life and image of every chief, yes, after first appointment to ensure at least minimum adherence to the stringent appointment criteria. For example, if a chief subsequently becomes a criminal, yes, is declared bankrupt, yes, by court orders, yes, or becomes physically or mentally incapacitated as a result of ill health, yes, such a chief should be denied subsequent promotion. Some people said because you are in court, that's why you are against this.
No, in court for what?
That you might get a wrong hand of the law.
No, not at all. I'm telling you, the only reason why I'm against this one is because it's a matter of principle. It is not the work of government to do it. That's it. I support that idea. I support what is here. Yes, I support it. That if somebody was declared a criminal, if somebody has been declared bankrupt, it should not be over. Of course, I support that one.
It should not be promoted.
It should not be. In fact, if it should not be promoted over. In fact, if it's even in line, as long as it's pronounced a criminal, it should be moved away from that line. I quite agree with that one. But what you are saying is that it is. But that is already happening. Because tell me, any of those ones that have become Olubana, that is found guilty of this one? Nobody. Are you saying that Ibadan people will make a criminal Dauba? No. I mean, when you say somebody is in court, the person is in court, and the law of Nigeria says that you are presumed innocent until you are pronounced guilty. So what are you talking about?
What's the relationship between you and Chief Balogun now?
very good, very cordial. I mean, we have everybody is working on principle.
He backed up the case.
That is his opinion. Yes, I mean, maybe he has been convinced. I mean, I read his interview where he said that his relationship with the governor will be crushed because he did not consult.
In Punch newspaper.
Yes, but maybe he has not consulted him, and he has convinced him.
You didn't try to find out.
What is my reason to find out? He told me that he was thinking of doing it. So
both of you agreed to go to court.
No, 7 of us agreed to go to court. So what are you talking about? 7 of us agreed to go to court, and for reasons best known to others, they said they were backing out.
And you refused to back out?
Because you see, let me tell you, if you back out of an issue because you think that you are going to take advantage of it, then you are making a mistake. Because by the time you get this wrong side, if you make a law for yourself, either to protect yourself, by the time you are on the other side, you will suffer for it.
In all of this, Your Excellency, has the governor reached out to you?
The governor is a very busy person.
You're making excuses for him.
I'm not making excuses to him because I know he is. And you see, what is bad in it is that the people who are supposed to be advising him don't seem to be advising him correctly. Because they should have told him that, look, this thing you want to do is not our job, or it is done by Akinele, and it's the work of the Chieftaincy Committee of Ibadan Council.
The governor said somewhere that all the chiefs agreed to this. Only you standing out.
So does it mean that all of us must sleep and put our head in the same direction?
Shouldn't we be united?
Oluwaseun is not in support. Oluwaseun is not in support.
Can you prove that?
Oh yes, I got something on my WhatsApp.
You want to prove that for me?
Yes.
Oluwaseun is not in support.
He's not in support.
I'd like you to prove that.
No, if you want, I can show you what I received. I mean, the meeting of what was put in the news.
Yes.
As at the outcome of the meeting in the governor's office was an edited version. And not as the raw version. So the raw version says that look, this is what Oluwaseun is saying.
Just give me the material.
Oluwaseun. Ọmọ fẹ́ sàgbé ewu rẹ̀ kẹ́gbé ewu. Bí n bá ní mi ò fara wa kan sì fẹ́ ṣe tí wọ́n ní ṣe. Ṣùgbọ́n tí mo fẹ́ sọ fún pé mi ò fara mọ́. Tí a ti jẹ́ ìlànà kí a fi ilẹ̀ ká ti jẹ́. Mi ò fara mọ́.
Ìjọba àpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ sọ pé ó yẹ kí ọba aládé ọ̀pọ̀ tí ọmọ àgbẹ̀dẹ ní ìfọ̀sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn àgbẹ̀dẹ ní àṣìkà.
Èmi ò fara mọ́. Tó bá dà sí ní ẹgbẹ́ sí kì í ṣe àsìkò kìíní. Èmi ò fara mọ́. Láìjọ tí bàdà ti wà, ọba kàṣoṣo náà ló jẹ́ mẹ́. Ṣé èyí? Àdúbàdà tẹ̀sẹ̀ wà ní. Gbàdà tẹ̀ series is so far 150 videos. Now, ṣé nǹkan bá fẹ́ sọ pé bóyá a fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan kan tó yàtọ̀ sí tí a ń bá bọ̀ èyí ò fara mọ́ ni nígbà tí ń bá bọ̀ lẹ́yìn.
Kábíyèsí, ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín súnmọ́ bá wọn.
Gbogbo tí a bá fẹ́ ṣe nípa ọ̀rọ̀ gbàdà òun ló mọ̀ láti sọ. Ṣé ṣùgbọ́n n tí n fẹ́ kí oníkúlùkù yín mọ̀ ní pé adé tí mo dé yìí gbogbo gbàdà ló fún mi. Gọ́fìnà ti fọwọ́ sí. Mi ìwà àgbà mi ìfaramọ́ pé kí a jáde fún gbogbo ẹnikẹ́ni yàtọ̀ fún mẹ́rin kan tí a ti dé fún ọ̀rọ̀fọ́rọ̀ mi. So láti lè sọ pé kí a kálukú ọmọ adé mẹ́rin faramọ́ o.
Studio please.
I mean, we heard that from the KPC. But I also had another one.
Yes, I mean, you know, the power of government and the power of media is such that you can suppress whatever you want to suppress.
Hi, Chief.
Yes. This is the raw material.
Now, what is responsible for this one? I'd like you to listen to
Yes,
this one.
yes,
It's very
yes,
short.
yes.
What is responsible for this one?
This one.
kábíyèsí olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ ìbàdàn ipò tí ìjọba wà ní pé kí wọ́n ṣàtúnṣe sí oyè olúbàdàn tí wọ́n ti ṣe látọdún 1957 ṣe é faramọ́.
ibo iná ti ṣe láti 1957.
àgbéyẹ̀wò olúbàdàn tilẹ̀ ìbàdàn ṣe é faramọ́ ilé tí ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ yóò dáwọ́lé ṣe é faramọ́.
tí gómìnà bá ti faramọ́ ní náà faramọ́.
Statement. Yes. What we heard earlier was Kabiyesi saying that he wasn't in support of it.
Yes.
Within the same stretch of what you just gave me,
Yes.
we heard him saying,
He said,
I supported it if the governor is in support.
Listen, he said, if I say I'm not in support, if they want to do it, they will do it.
Initially.
So he said it's not in support. All along he said it's not in support, and for reasons, I mean, you understand what is, you know what is normally happening. People will cajole him to say, enter governor.
I don't know what is happening.
I'm telling you that that is the pressure that was put on Olubadan.
So you are saying that Olubadan was pressured?
It was not, and at the same time, he did not succumb to the pressure.
But
Because
he said
if the governor.
Yeah, he said if the governor is support.
He said if the governor is in support, I am in support.
Yeah.
He said if the governor. When he started by saying, whether I like it or not, if the government want to do it, he will do it. So, and he said, I don't support.
Okay. I know this is becoming very, very hot now, but
It's not
I'd like to move on to something else because it's an issue that we need to understand. But when I come back, the conversation right here on Splash 105.5 FM, the Integrity Station, and I still have my guest, High Chief Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. We'll see. Hi, Chief. I read in the papers, everybody heard that you are intervened in funding Lautech. You donated.
Yes, I did.
Good. I want to know, this, your intervention, what's the motive?
The motive was to help Lautech go back to school. And what happened is this. The Lautech students have been coming to ask me to intervene. And I've been trying with the powers that be. I tried to get the chancellor of the university.
Were you successful?
I was not successful because I could not get it. So this time around, the Alumni Association of the university came to me and said, look, we are doing fundraising because there's a stalemate now. I said, what is the stalemate? They said, the government said they are not going to do anything unless they are permitted to do a forensic audit of the university. And the teachers and other officers of the university are on strike. If you are going to do audit, somebody must present the books. The people that are supposed to present the books are on strike. So which means that if everybody stands on his own, on his own position, there will have been no solution. So the alumni said, therefore we wanted to raise about 3 months' salary. They said they wanted to raise 1 billion naira in 90 days, which is laudable. They said, if we raise this money now, we will be able to pay the teachers so that they will go back to school. And also the other workers, both the ASU and the NASU. And that the auditors can now come and perform their forensic audit, which they said was going to take about 2-3 weeks. So, to permit them to do that one, they wanted to raise money so that the teachers and the non-academic staff will go back to school so that they can present the documents required for the audit. So, if that is going to be a solution to the problem, what is wrong in my contribution to that system? And they said, and they told me that when they get when they resolve, they assume that they are going to resolve they are going to resolve the issue. That when the issue is finally resolved, and the owner states started paying, the money will be refunded back to the alumni, and that the alumni will now use that one to erect a befitting ICT in the university. Is that not laudable? So I'm not paying the teacher to come back. I'm helping the alumni to solve a problem of stalemate. So that is what I was doing.
You were once a visitor to that
Yes.
university.
And at that time, I'm lucky to say that at that time, the university was #1 university, state university in Nigeria,
But High Chief,
and #5.
But High Chief, you waited too long to intervene.
No, I was. You don't see everything you are doing in the. I've been intervening in the time of Akala. So you don't see what you are doing. Did I broadcast that I was donating?
It was everywhere.
No, I didn't broadcast it. So maybe the alumni thought that, look, it is a good thing to say that I donated, so that will also encourage other people to donate.
So some people feel that you were doing this because you were in opposition.
Opposition to do what?
You're in opposition.
If I were to be in government, what would I have done? I would have paid. This crisis would not have happened. It didn't happen during my time. So it didn't happen. I said that during my time, the university was #1 state university in Nigeria, and #5.
The finances of government was better than what it is right now.
No, it is not. Go and check it.
Can you prove that?
I said, go and check it. You have the allocation we received. You have the money. No, so go and check it. And I'm telling you, it's not. It's not.
You think the governors, the visitors,
No,
are responsible for the problem?
let me tell you, priorities differ. This government can say, my priority will be on this one. You see, at times people like to have edifices built. Other people want to be written in the minds and the hearts of people. I chose the other one. That during my time, I was written in the minds and the hearts of people because I served them. You could don't use that money to do some other thing, but we decided to put education first because we know that education must have a prime position in the Nigerian in the Nigerian culture. So that is what we did. So and I'm happy that I did it. So it's a question of choosing the priorities.
Now, if you are listening right here at this moment, I have my guest in the studio, Senator Rashidi Ladoja. He is the Oluwaseun Akinola of the land, the former governor of this state. Your Excellency, let's talk politics. You are a high chief.
Yes.
And you are still in politics.
Yes.
Should it be so?
You see, the beauty of Ibadan issue is this. Only God knows who is going to become the Olubadan. The president of Olubadan was #3 in the line. He had this Balogun, he had this Otun. Chief Omiyale was Balogun. Chief Kuyo was Otun. And as it pleased God, he took them away within 1 week. So then the line opened to him. So am I sure that I will even live to become the Olubadan? So why should I continue giving my service? I'm just giving service in politics.
You know someone in your caliber leave politics and be at an advisory role rather than partisan.
What is partisan? What is advisory?
You are still the leader of Accord.
Yes, I am. But what is
the national leader of Accord?
One thing that you have to understand about my method of politics is that my politics is not confrontational, and I don't want to sink anybody. I want to assist the people, because if I decided that I was going to join politics, the governor knew the effort I made in stabilizing his government in 2011 when he had the hung parliament.
You were in alliance with him?
We were not in alliance.
Your party was in alliance with him?
We were not in alliance. He appealed to us to support him. We were not in alliance.
And you had people in his government?
Yes, because that was the condition he gave. It was not an alliance. An alliance means that all of you are together, but it was not an alliance.
You just sent emissaries to him?
No. He appealed to us, and then we sat down, and the people said, okay, if you want us to come, what are you going to give us? Because we are going to give you part of our own intellectual property if you come, because the way we are thinking may be different from the way you are thinking. So they said, okay, I will give you 20%, and they didn't even measure up to this, up to the promise.
So how did you part?
No, because when our policy became impossible to reconcile, i.e., when the governor, without providing alternative markets, was destroying other markets, they said no, we cannot do that. When the government decided that it was going to build silo, when we said, look, why don't you do agriculture? What are you going to put in silo? All the government silos that are there, what are you putting there? When the government said that they wanted to build a hotel, we said, look, the one of Premier, anything that the private sector can handle, we don't think that the government should interfere in it.
So accord went off from.
So of course, I mean, so we went. We saw that our policies are different. So and at the end of it, he said they cannot work with us, and we left.
That is now we're taking your questions
Yes.
online as soon as you can send them on Twitter at @SplashFM1055. You can type in your questions now. In the next 5-10 minutes, we'll be taking your own questions right now. Once you're able to send them on Twitter at SplashFM1055, you can send it there. On Facebook, I'll be taking them also on WhatsApp line. You can also send in your comments or questions there. I'm still with politics, and there are quite a number of controversies around the politics that we're playing in your state. I want to talk about opposition, role that you should be playing, and also the recent one. The government just launched the Circular Road Initiative, and Accord been talking about it. You said it was your initiative, and they said it wasn't your initiative.
You see, honor should be given to those who deserve it. It made the circular road issue there, and it has been just in the time of the military. It has been just in the time of the military before Lamnadisha came into the saddle. And one of the promoters was Bali Ekotedo. Chief Ayorinde was one of the promoters. So he came and said, this thing has been long, is there. I said, go and bring it. So they brought it, and I looked at it. I said, this is a good initiative. If people can propose that you can have a circular road in Ibadan, because I know that in many big cities, Paris, Shanghai, London, they normally have what they call circular roads, because it congests the traffic. So I said, okay, we will do it. So we now pick it up, call for the design. We awarded the design. It cost us about $500 million to design the circular road. So it was designed. We started it in 2004, and the design was completed in 2005. Then we now surveyed the land that has been designed. We surveyed it, and we also acquired the land. It was still my government that did it. My government designed it, my government surveyed and acquired the land. My government now went ahead, because the design came along with the contract documents. So my government wanted to award.
And these were well documented?
Yes. My government wanted to do it in 2006. But the incident of 2006 made it not possible. So as soon as we came back, 2007, we picked it up and said, okay, let us start it. Because at that time it was valued that it might cost about maybe 40 billion naira. But I said, look, use your head. So we said, if we are able to do part of it, okay, and generate money for that part, we will be able to use that money to continue the project. So what we then needed was a seed money to do it. So we took the contract and said, okay, we are going to break it into two parts. Phase 1, phase 2. Phase 1 was going to start from the express road and ended up at Akinyele, passing through Ebeda, passing through Leland on Iwo Road, and ending up at Akinyele interchange on the road on the way to Oyo. Because we noticed that 90% of the vehicles passing through the express road are just passing through Ibadan. They are not coming to Ibadan. So we said that will create a detour for them, a bypass for them. That will make them to be able to go faster. And instead of four lanes, 6 lanes to go and come back, we are going to do only 2 on both sides. It's not a false thing. I mean, Lagos Ibadan Express Road was supposed to be 4 lanes up to Shagamu and 3 lanes up to Ibadan, but only 2 are done up to now. So we said, okay, instead of 6 lanes, let us do 2, and then start. We had already acquired the land, so nobody can encroach on it. In fact, a church encroached on it, and unfortunately, they lost the investment. So we acquired it, so nobody can encroach on it. And if we succeeded in doing that one, we will be earning money because we are going to toll it.
That's right.
Yes, we are going to toll it. We are going to say that if you have nothing doing about it, please take the bypass and pay us a toll. And then with the toll money, we are going to continue building the road. And that would not have put anybody in. And we really awarded it. We awarded the contract, yes.
To what company?
We awarded to 2 countries.
Okay.
So that it would, I mean, it's a 42 or 45 kilometer.
So your government awarded it?
Yes, our government awarded it.
So
we awarded
companies?
it to COPEC and the CCC. COPEC was to take one side, CCC was to take another side. So when we left government, and Akala in his own wisdom said that he didn't have 42 billion naira to do the job, without thinking without knowing what went on before we did it, cancelled it and said COPEC should use the money to do mandatory to Adamasingba. So with that money they use, and that the CCC should use the money to do Makola to Gate, to dualize the road.
So, High Chief, you are claiming that your government initiated
It's not. I'm not claiming, but that is the truth. I mean, you should give honor to whom honor is due. You put. I mean, the thing was in the archives when we came, and we took it up, and then they secreted it. And we I mean, we are not going to. We didn't want to execute it, putting anybody on anybody. Okay. Well, this government has come. When the time they came in, they said we are going to do it PPP. We are going to do it BOT. We are going to do it this one, and finally they said they are going. They said they are going to do the. They are not going to borrow 70 billion to do it. So whereas our own method, putting the seed money, which was government money, which we already paid, will have created that avenue of making money from the road so that we could have completed. I said this road can take 10 years, even 20 years to complete. Because the area that is very important is the area that when people are coming from Express Road, either they are going to Ife, they are going to Iwo, or they are going to Oyo, en route to the north.
Your Excellency, I'd like to move to 1 or 2 other issues before you go, because time is already fast spent. It's still politics. I'm interested in politics again. I told you I want to ask you about opposition in Oyo State. It was what we were discussing this morning when we started the program. Accord as a party seems to be feudalistic, like you are running the estate.
That's not true. You are not a part of. You are not a member of my party.
We watch your party.
So what do you see there? What do you see there?
It seems without you that party can survive.
Who said so? Who said so?
Are you running a feudalistic party?
I am not running a feudalistic party. I'm running a party the way a party should be run.
How democratic is
very, very democratic.
Are you giving the opposition, playing the opposition role you should play in Oyo State, for instance?
Me as a person of the party?
The party, Accord. I'm talking about Accord now.
Is there any other person that is talking against the government than the Accord? Because there are 3 parties in Oyo State now, you know.
3 parties?
Only 3 parties.
How?
When you go to a place, you want to know the parties in that state, go to the House of Assembly. So any party that is not in the House of Assembly is not in that state. So and in the House of Assembly today you have APC, you have Accord, and you have Labour.
Now, I'm interested in Accord.
Yes.
Even your members in the House of Assembly, we can't hear them.
Because we didn't want to hear them.
We go to the House of Assembly.
We go to the House of Assembly. Then
we're there, always.
You see, one thing that we were taught, and which I believe, is that every opposition must be constructive. If you are going to say anything, it must be constructive. It must not be because I'm in conclusion, therefore I must oppose everything the government does. That is not our style.
Okay.
Our style is that whatever opposition we must do must be constructive.
I hope I'm not going to preempt your answer. I'm feeling I have the answer already, but I'm still going to ask. Chief Ladoja, you were a gubernatorial candidate in 2015.
Yes.
2019 is coming.
Yes.
Will you still be one?
That don't you wait until that time.
I'm anxious.
Because you see, I just gave you the situation whereby 2 high chiefs were removed by God in 1 week.
That was why I had
Who tells you that I'll be alive in 2019?
So if you were alive?
Then we wait until that time. I mean, I have to weigh all my options at that time, not a situation whereby.
Are you going to wait until that time before you begin to plan?
I don't need anything to plan because it's already planned. I mean, I've contested 2 times already and I lost. So what else do I need to do? We have looked at the pitfalls and the party is already working on that one. Whoever is going to contest knows where the pitfalls were, and the party knows how to mend it.
Any possibility of alliance with other opposition parties in your state?
In your state.
Is Accord going to be in alliance with other parties in your state?
Why should we be in an alliance?
Why not?
And in any case, if anybody approach us and we feel that our ideas are good, then there's nothing bad in working together.
Okay, if you have any question for Chief Ladoja right now, is the time for you to do that. If I have comments that I want to ask questions, or maybe a call if it is, or maybe a call, or maybe. So if we have anyone, maybe. This one, do your party, this is coming from Ranika Thompson, does Accord have plan to merge with others? I've just asked that question.
I said we have no plan, but we are open.
Okay. How much was the government paying the workers during Senator Ladoja's tenure? The woman is asking the question.
I cannot add that one in my head, but I'm sure that you are paying at least more than minimum wage.
Ajaowa Adebayo Moses says the true light is now shed on the hierarchy of Ibadan chiefs. It's obvious that the other chiefs were misinformed. Would you say they were misinformed?
I believe so. I believe they are misinformed because you see, actually when we first met and I told them, look at the composition, I believe that they went back to governor and governor said, okay, I will add 4 Ibadan people to it. So because I told them, I said, I can, out of 8 people, only 2 are Ibadan. So it's okay, I will add 4 to it. So which means that they knew there were some things that are wrong. But the government says that no, government cannot swallow its vomit. But that is not the issue. If you are wrong, and then you should accept that you are wrong.
Now, I guess this is the kind of question I asked you earlier from Wale Salman. He said, I'd like to know if the faith of Accord Party doesn't just revolve around Chief Ladoja.
Chief Ladoja is not the chairman of the party, he is not a member of the executive. Chief Ladoja is one of the leaders of the party. And so, therefore, it cannot be revolving only around Senator Ladoja.
Another question says, what is High Chief Ladoja doing as an opposition to challenge this administration? Taiwo from saying
anything that is not constructive, we won't do it, because you see, what is there that I don't want any distraction for the governor. I mean, the elections are over. So when there are things to talk about, we talk. Like this one now, we told the government that look, you are having wrong priorities. You have a lot of things that you could jolly well spend your time on, not on the issue of Oluwaseun declaration.
Someone's here. I am Adetula says, is it true that High Chief Ladoja collected 100 million naira from Dasuki Gate?
It is not true.
What is true?
I say it is not true. Ladoja did not collect money from Dasuki Gate.
Did Accord campaign for Goodluck Jonathan?
Yes. Accord campaign for Goodluck Jonathan.
Did Accord get money for that?
Yes.
How
Accord
much?
got money for that. 100 million naira. But not Senator Ladoja. And what did they give it to us was, the person that gave it to us was Chief Anini, and he said the intention was, he said, small parties are the ones that make most trouble. That they want us to use it to make sure that there is no problem before and after elections. So if anybody offers us money for what we believe is right, then we should not take it.
You didn't bother to find out the source of the money.
The money is not from the suitcase from Manini, and Chivala also got the same thing. We don't know other parties that got the same thing. We don't even know whether APC also got, or the money for APC came from Evan.
Idowu Martins on Twitter says that as Chief Ladoja refunded the money collected from Accord Party aspirants during the last election. Did you collect money from them?
I didn't collect any money from the Accord Party aspirants.
You didn't collect money from them?
Well, as the executive, I don't collect money.
Now, the local government election in your state has been a bone of contention.
Yes.
What have you been doing as a party?
We have been talking to government to say, please go and do the local government election. We even threatened to go to court. And so at any point in time, government says, we are going to do it, we are going to do it. And you find out that for one thing or the other, they don't do it.
All right.
They don't do it.
Let's take one or two calls, just
Yes.
for 1 second of 1 minute. Someone is on the line there. I'd like to maybe take one or two calls. I do not have so much time. Yes, let me see. Who is there? Hello, good morning. You will have to do this in 30 seconds. What's the name? Where are you calling from? Chimeze, ask the WH question.
Oh, my chief, I must say the truth. I have not been a fan, but you have been right on point. Just one question I need to ask you, sir. What advice or what options do you have to improve the IPR of the state in a situation that your party comes into power in 2019?
Thank you very much for that question. Let's take another call. Let's take another call, maybe two, and then just WH question. Hello, good morning. Oh, that's gone. Let's check this one. Hello, someone is on this other line. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay. Hello, good morning. All right, I do just the WH question is what I need.
What is the role of Accord members, that of Assembly, in the issue of LAUTEC? And what is the where the IPs that belong about the restructuring of Nigeria? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, right. Let's take those ones. Ajay, your response.
Well, let's start from restructuring. I was lucky to have been a member of the CONFAB 2014. And at that point, restructuring was discussed fully. And I am in support of restructuring.
Okay.
And restructuring means that states will have more powers to determine what is happening within their states. A lot of issues were taken away from the exclusive list of the federal government to put in the state under the concurrent list. So that is what we did. So if you want, I am in support of restructuring.
All right. Now let's talk about
About what?
About the IGR. What will your party do if your party gets the position?
About the IGR, we will expand the economic base of the state. As we have been doing, you see, one thing that is there that you have to do whatever you can within the money you have to do what to achieve the maximum. So I can assure you that we will expand the economic base and therefore we will be in the position to generate more IGR.
Hi, Chief Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja. I want to thank you for being part of this program this morning. Thank you for coming. I'd like to ask my final take. Splash FM is 10 years. You commissioned this station on the 2nd of March 2007. What's your view about Splash FM and what's your message for us?
Well, Splash FM has been serving the purpose for which it was created, informing the public about what is happening. And as you call yourself, it's an integrity station. So I can commend you, and I can congratulate you for being there for 10 years. I was there when it was started, and when it was even being put together. I was there in 2006. So I knew the story of something, and I was only lucky to have been on the saddle when it was being commissioned. And it's a station that other stations should emulate in balance reporting. And if you have not been doing balance reporting, please start doing it.
I must thank you, High Chief Rashidi Adewolu Ladoja, the Oluwaseun of the land, a former governor and a former senator of the Federal Republic. Thank you for speaking with Splash FM. I'd like to also thank Barrister Bayo Lawal, Alhaji Lanre Latinwo, Alhaji Ibrahim Faira, Kunle Adeyemi, Asiwaju Adekola Adeoye, State Youth Leader Accord, for being part of his entourage. I'd like to also thank our chairman for his great support this morning. I want to appreciate the news editor, Tunde Olawu.
I said that you should have given us more than 3 times. I needed another 1 hour.
We'll give you when you come again. Thank you very much, Bosun Alayode. I'm Oluwaseun from Akinola. I'll see you.